Plus. Welcome to Cellmates 30 Days of Plus. I am Dick Hotmouth Ward.
I am Kate Phillips.
And
normal temperatured mouth.
Normal temperatured mouth, Kate Phillips. And this is 30 Days of Plus, a daily, unpaid, month-long exploration of everything Disney Plus.
That's correct.
Hey, I got it.
Dick, what day are we on?
10?
That's correct.
I'm killing it.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm going to pull back the curtain. We have recorded, this is our third episode that we're recording tonight.
Yep.
Because we have busy schedules and like lives outside of this. And you may have noticed in the last two episodes that I was getting sick. The night has gone on and I am confirmed sick. I have called out of work.
Taking a turn.
And potentially canceled my evening plans for tomorrow as well.
But he's still recording this podcast for you.
Yeah.
You, listener. You.
All of you.
Against my recommendations otherwise.
Yeah. You kept saying, Dick, you should go to sleep. I'm like, no, let's get this one more episode out.
He's a little bit delirious. So I'm just excited to see what happens.
I have an ice pack on my head.
That's correct.
And my mouth is hot.
Yeah.
It's hotter than the rest of my body.
But you've got cold drinks.
I do.
Have another ice water sip, buddy.
I have a Beauty and the Beast ice water cup.
Yeah.
And I have a Canada Dry soda can.
That's correct. You're doing great. All right. Well, day 10. Welcome.
Yeah.
So we realized we hadn't done any Marvel yet. We had
That's
covered
correct.
some of the other universes of Disney Plus, and so we tried a series of shorts called Rocket and Groot. They were not for us tonight.
No.
Maybe we'll watch more later.
It's just like a quick thing on Rocket and Groot. It seems like it's a show that was divided up into 2-minute increments, and also I hate it.
It feels like webisodes. Like there was a show during the writer's strike, which is now like 10 years ago.
Sure.
Tony Hale starred in it. It was called Control. It was just called Control, but like CTRL, where over the course of like a dozen episodes, and each of them like 2 or 3 minutes, Tony Hale, who works at this boring office, discovers that his computer keyboard controls other people in the office.
Oh.
So, like, each episode is a different button on the keyboard, like control or delete or copy paste. Like, so it's actually a fun premise, but because it's these webisodes, there's like, not only are they each like 2 minutes, and then like in 2008 or 2009 internet, you had to like reload and buffer and shit. But, like, also there's, like, a recap of the premise and what happened on the episode before.
So
and so you're, like, 30 seconds into this 3-minute thing before. Yeah, it was very exhausting. Yeah. Like, I loved it, but I'll never watch it again unless it's condensed to me in some format.
We've mentioned before the Strong Bad emails, which I think are the perfect webisode, because it's just like, hey, we're going to do some emails. Read the email, and then something.
Yeah.
There's no premise to set up. You just go. I really loved this web series called Happy Tree Friends.
Okay.
I was young and edgy. And it's like, it's cute animals like playing, and then they murder each other.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really funny for like 5 episodes.
Uh-huh.
And then it just keeps going.
Well, Dick, maybe Rocket and Groot gets funny at 5 episodes, because we watched 3.
Well, wait. But Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So we got it on DVD when it came out, and it's like 50 episodes in a row. They're all like 30-second long episodes with a 15-minute or 15-second intro song and a 15-second outro song. So
did they leave it all on the DVD?
Yeah.
Oh,
and the
no.
song was just like la 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 la.
Oh my gosh.
It was obnoxious.
The torture device at that point.
We never got through it. But yes, we did not watch all the Rocket and Groots because we found them unpleasant.
Yeah, they were, and we're not sure what iteration of Guardians of the Galaxy they're based on.
Yeah.
It seems not quite like Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel.
Yeah, it's definitely like a different interpretation, which might be like more like the comics. We don't know. We haven't read them.
They kind of look like pop characters. Like the raccoon
do look like Funko Pops.
Red eyes.
Oh, that bums me out so much.
Yeah, well, it bummed me out watching it. I don't want to watch a raccoon with just dead red eyes.
No.
Anyway, maybe they're better. And if you have good things to say about Rocket and Groot, what is that correct? Rocket and Groot?
Yeah.
And now I just blanked on names. Tell us what to watch. But yeah.
Yeah, and to be clear, we don't dislike the characters of Rocket and Groot.
No. I was excited.
Yeah, it just wasn't working for me.
So we switched to another Marvel project.
And a Disney Plus original.
A Hero Project.
A Hero Squad.
Original Plus, if you will.
Yeah.
Hero Squad. Speaking of Tony Hale.
Yeah.
This is a really cool series.
Who is not in this.
Not in this. No, Tony Hale's not in this.
No.
So Marvel is identifying a bunch of kids who are doing awesome things in their community, starting projects or inventing things. There's 2 episodes out right now. We watched the first one. And it's on a kid named Jordan, and she is an inventor and designer with an eye and a intent for accessibility.
Yeah.
She herself she describes as limb different.
She describes herself as disabled.
Right, yeah.
But everyone else describes her as like limb difference. She has limb differences.
Right, limb differences. Yeah, that's
she kind of goes back and forth.
That is the disability. But yeah. Because disabled is a reclaimed word.
Right. But yeah, she has I guess she's like she did not grow her whole like left arm.
Yeah, like past where the elbow might be.
Yeah.
So she took part in all these different like projects, like science projects and science studies, and
she did
not
like
studies.
it seemed not less science and more like maker stuff.
Yeah,
like it seems like she went to the way she described it. She was like kind of cajoled into going to a maker event where like you just make things when she was like 10, and then ended up really loving it.
Yep.
And like her first thing that she made was an attachment for her arm that would like puff a little bit of glitter out.
Yeah.
And she's just run with that since then and made like this unicorn horn that like straps onto her arm and then like shoots glitter out with
air compression. Air. Yeah. It's really cool. Although every time she shoots that glitter, everyone looks like they're having fun, but I'm like, someone needs to clean that up. You're doing this all inside. Like one is outside.
We talked about this last episode. You were in theater. I was in theater.
Yeah.
We know what glitter does.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a teacher. I also know what glitter does. I never use it anymore.
I was in the
Year
Renaissance
1,
fair.
Yeah.
I know what glitter does.
Yeah.
Well.
But anyway, she's 13, so she loves glitter. That's great. And in general, like this episode was great. Like it just celebrates Jordan the person, and like her energy and
this sounds. I feel like if I was listening to us describe it, I would be like,
he just rolled his eyes. To add
sorry.
Effect.
To be clear, it sounds kind of eye rolly and like puff piecey.
Yeah,
but and like it to an extent it is.
Yeah,
but it's really. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. She's incredible. Like the design work that she's doing. She is a mentor. Like I wish I had this stuff. I wish the kids that I teach had this kind of like access.
That drive and that access.
No, they probably do. But like you have to have the right opportunities.
Yeah.
And like it's making my wheels turn of like, how can I make opportunities within school for my kids who have like a special inclination toward musical work? Like what can I do to mentor them one-on-one or in small? It's got a lot of gears turning.
Like one of the things that I think is really cool is I guess two things. One is that it's not like focused on her disability or her limb difference, and being like, look at what she overcame.
Right.
Because like even from the beginning, Mom's like, no, she's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's different, but everyone's different.
Yeah.
She's great. But also that like the focus isn't like so much like, look, she made a thing, and it's like, look, she is encouraging others to make things.
She's now a mentor. She runs like workshops for other kids like her who are interested in inventing things and designing things. And it's really cool, the scenes that show her talking with like a 5-year-old who has like a disability of limb difference.
And the
like,
kid's like, look, I have a thing
cool.
like you.
Yeah.
Like, aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And
really
like that
sweet.
gets like, how can my older kids mentor my younger kids? Just like mentoring in general makes me a little bit like weepy, especially when it's kids. It's so cool to see that in large scale. So, I mean, there is another part of this. It is Marvel.
Yeah, so
we've talked about the parts that make the show great.
We've talked about, and it is most of the show.
It is.
It's, I think it was like a half hour.
Yeah.
It was 25 minutes, and 20 minutes of it are great.
Yeah.
It's about this kid who is awesome. And
Doing awesome
I'm
things.
legitimately gonna watch more episodes of this when I need like when I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
This is not like I'm gonna get home and watch.
Right.
It's like, I could use a little bit of a cry and maybe some inspiration. But the beginning of this show was tough for me because it was it just felt very cynical and slimy. I don't think it was.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's the intent, but it's 4 Marvel executives
at
in
Marvel
a room.
headquarters. Yeah.
One of them's like in charge of like, I mean, it's like, there's someone in charge of outreach, and there's someone, and so it's 4 like execs in a room discussing why she's great, why Jordan is great, and describing her and describing what she does.
So the bookends of this, and I'm assuming all the episodes, is that Marvel has identified these kids doing these profiles, and then is making a comic book based on them and their superpowers, which is super cool. Like as a premise to award these kids,
and it's
for doing amazing.
They're
work.
not like trying to get sales of this comic book. The comic book is available free online. You can go read it. And, but, it's definitely corporate outreach.
Absolutely.
And I guess the thing that really bothered me is it felt like they were like, here's why she's marketable. Here's why we are casting her in this. Here's why this is the person that we've chosen to be the face of this thing. Yeah. There's just, anytime there's corporate outreach for something, it is slimy, and it is in the best interest of the corporation. Right. And they are not, like, even if they are doing it to be nice, they're doing it like, they're like, well, we're doing this thing to be nice, but how can it make us look good? Right. And the first couple minutes remind me of that, and then the end, it kind of comes back and reminds me of that, even though this is a really cool thing, and it is really, really awesome watching someone like young and taking on these impressive like leadership roles, and it's important for everyone to hear messages like, hey, when you go to the bathroom and there's paper towel dispenser. That's the thing. And it says use both hands. I can't do that. We need more people with disabilities as designers. Designing things. So that people are thinking about that. And that's something we talk about with movies all the time. Is you need people of different backgrounds. More voices in the room. To say like, oh, here's a thing that maybe shouldn't be in here, or maybe here's a thing that should. Right. As a web developer, accessibility is something that I should work on, but don't, because it's in no one's best. It's not in a company's best interest to work on that. Yeah, the structures aren't there for you to succeed doing it with. Yeah. I will say it's interesting as a
occasional creator. To see toward the end of the episode, it kind of was bookend with these like Marvel things. And to see them in a room discussing like, okay, what are going to be the beats of her comic? What like, how are we going to present her? How are we going to present her superpower? And that was cool from a creative standpoint of just how do we tell this girl's story and like be the truest to how she would tell her story. I feel like that was part of it. Like they had her unicorn project on the front, but mostly she just looks like herself throughout the comic. Yeah. She's not like suited up with, she doesn't wear a prosthetic in daily life. She doesn't like
shoot people with a glitter gun.
So she doesn't wear a prosthetic in the comic. Yeah. Like it was super cool to just see an authentic representation based on how she tells her own story.
Yeah. And the superhero thing they did give her was a lab. Which they're like, she's an inventor. She's like obsessed with like this maker movement. She would love having a lab. And like when she looks at the comic and she has a lab, she like goes nuts. Cause she's what, like 13, 14?
Yeah.
She's like, she's a kid.
Yeah.
And she like watching her like get this recognition from Marvel and watching her like, watching her read her comic and watching like her parents read her comic. It's really heartwarming and sweet and really good if you're sick and you need like a pick-me-up.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, good work. Good work, Day 10.
Yeah. Hey, Day 10, thanks for being a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like, there, especially after like the Rocket and Groot thing was kind of ooky. And we've had some rougher, we've had high times and low times, but I think Day 10's really brought it through for us.
We're entering this new decade of days.
I know. We're a third of the way through.
Oh, boy.
How does that feel?
Oh, like it's much more. Like it should be much more than a third.
I mean,
that's okay. It feels, it's fun.
It's our 10 episode anniversary. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got you,
I'm not taking that ginger ale for the empty ginger ale can.
No, it's full. I got you an unopened
to open for you.
Canada Dry.
I'm gonna open this for you.
Oh, you can drink it.
Nope, you're gonna drink it. Well, you're sick.
That's a
Thank you,
Dick.
Dick.
That's a good thumb workout. Opening a can.
The best gift to me is going to be you getting better because this is our limit. I'm not letting you record anymore tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for Day 10. We hope the next 10 are just as fun as the first.
I hope they're more fun.
Hashtag, that would be great too. Hashtag 30 Days of Plus, PLUS. We're Cellmates Podcast at Facebook, Twitter, gmail.com, .com. And that's
true.
That's it for now.
That's all true. And hey, I just want to tease. We might have some surprises coming up in this 30 Days of Plus because we've decided that this wasn't enough work. These episodes aren't long enough and not complicated enough. So we may have some surprises.
I would like to, I don't know what surprises you have in store, but some of them might actually make our job easier in a roundabout way.
Anyway. In a roundabout theater.
See you on day 11.
Okay, bye.
Plus.